Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My wife might have cheated with her friend's ex-boyfriend. Last update. Hello everybody. I really want to thank everybody for their support these past couple of weeks. Everybody seemed to really be concerned about me talking to my wife after I caught her cheating and assumed I was going to immediately reconcile with her after what she put me through. I can't lie, I did want to know what my wife could possibly say to justify her actions. I was in a bad state of mind and kinda still am. Ever since me and my wife ran into Trey, who I can now call her AP at the grocery store, things went south ever since. It's hard to forgive that, especially since I had to practically chase this woman across the city. Now that I have multiple confessions on my VAR, there's nothing anybody can tell me about what's been happening since the beginning of this year. Thanks to this community, I was able to kinda confront this, even though I may have stumbled a little at first. But I'm super embarrassed at how this ended. After I caught Trey and her kissing after hours in her nail salon, I got a call from her best friend Mandy. She said that my wife wanted to explain the next day and I agreed to it. The next day came and my wife never called me. That was fine with me because I was in the middle of calling everybody to let them know about her cheating, and I called a lawyer. After talking to a recommended lawyer online, I was supposed to call him back because he was leaving the office at the time and he had questions for me later. After that, I took my kids over to my mom's house because she demanded they stay with her for the weekend. My mom blamed this on me because I married her and she said she didn't trust me with the kids right now. My aunt came in from the kitchen and asked why my mom was raising her voice. My mom explained it to my aunt and she looked super shocked. Throwing her hands up, she sat on my mom's couch to unmute the TV after my mom muted it to start blowing down on me. Even though my mom came down on me hard, I was happy she was taking the kids. I had a lot going on in my head and being by myself helped me get it out since I was still angry when we arrived. My friend Marcus called me too and asked if I had spoken to my wife. I told him no and that she was probably sucking some dick somewhere and he said she may not even call, which was fine with me. I was just preparing to move on. On Saturday, I was trying to clean my house and I heard my wife's keys in the door. I really must have been not paying attention to anything because I should have heard her car pull up. My wife and her friend Mandy walked in and it caught me by surprise. She definitely didn't look like her normal self because she was wearing a grey Nike sweatsuit, no makeup and her hair wasn't combed and held together by a rubber band. The shame on her face showed remorse, probably for the fact that she had got caught. I wasn't used to seeing her like this because she was usually a breathtaking woman. Maybe this was only a privilege for Trey now. She clearly liked the way he was checking her out at his Super Bowl party, especially when he was looking at her ass. My wife had what you would call a booty and just like other girls, wore yoga pants and I caught Trey trying to sneak looks at it. I think you can say that's what started all of this and it got them caught after me being suspicious. After walking into our house, Mandy asked me to just let my wife speak, and I said fine. After that, Mandy said something to my wife and went out on the porch. I told my wife I was surprised she came and even bothered to talk to me. She said she felt like she needed to after I saw her and Trey at her salon. She said after that she was scared to come back home. She asked where the kids were and I told her they were with my mom. She looked down as if that wasn't what she wanted to hear and told me she was mad about me telling her co-owner of her nail salon, Sherry, to tell me everything about Trey. I told her that I didn't have to. I told her after Sherry got caught she immediately ratted her out to save her own skin. My wife said they got into an argument and Sherry hasn't come back to work and I told her that she got caught cheating and I don't care about Sherry having a big mouth. My wife threw up her hands and said I was right and said she didn't want to fight. She said she was sorry, and she didn't want me to find out about her cheating with Trey. Her saying sorry wasn't going to make it okay, and that she betrayed me. I asked her how could she just parade this guy around me, acting like he's just a friend, and then throw our relationship in the garbage. She said she was sorry and she let her fantasies with Trey get out of hand. She said when her friend, Tasha, from her old job was dating him, she always told my wife how great he was. She would always say how handsome he was, and she would show my wife all the sexting Tasha and Trey did while they were at work. The next day Tasha and my wife would talk about it and my wife liked it. She said when Trey came to their job to pick her up, she saw Trey and thought he was handsome. After talking about Trey with Tasha, she knew she liked him. I asked her did he say something to her at the time, and she said he complimented her a few times and that was it. I told her I knew something was off because when we ran into Trey at the supermarket, I don't remember her giving him her phone number. She said he asked for it and he began texting her, and started flirting with her again, then it turned to sexting. She said after that she started hanging out with him and some of his friends. I asked her was that the day when she was supposed to be doing Mandy's mom's nails down Trey's house, and I named off his street to let her know I knew where he lived exactly. She asked how I knew this and I told her I went looking for her and saw her with him outside that night. Asked her again and she said yes, and I asked did she duck him, and all she could say was that she was sorry. She said when he called her he said everybody was there hanging out and he convinced my wife to ghost Mandy to hang with them. She said when she got there she waited for more people to show up and Trey had admitted he just wanted her to be alone with him. I had asked her why she didn't leave and she said she knew what he wanted. She said he got all touchy with her and started kissing her. She said things got out of hand with them and she didn't stop it. After that I called her a stupid bitch and she ducked up our marriage and she said she was sorry. I told I can never trust her again and she said she wasn't asking me to. I asked what she meant by that. She said she wanted to pursue a relationship with Trey. I told her she was ducking crazy and she said she really wanted to. She said always fantasized about Trey and she didn't think it mattered until we ran into him that day. She said when he told her that him and Tasha wasn't serious it actually made her happy, especially after he started flirting with her again. She said she secretly hoped something would happen, and it did when she went to his house that night. She said when he was ducking her she wanted to feel bad, but she didn't. After he would call her to hang out she said it would happen spontaneously, then it was planned. She said she should have talked to me about it instead of going behind my back with Trey. She said that I didn't deserve it and this was the better way to go about it. I told her she was crazy and asked if she really wanted to leave her family for this guy. She said it was a feeling she always had about him and she wished she pursued it before being married to me. She told me Trey wanted a relationship with her, especially since she liked Trey more than she liked me. I asked her was she ducking his friends too and she called me crazy. I told her I had to ask because I know she's been riding around with them. She said that Trey would sometimes call her and tell her to pick his friends up and give them a ride somewhere. I asked was now some kind of free Uber and she just rolled her eyes. She said it just happened and I just said whatever. My wife said she wanted out of our marriage because she didn't want to be married to me while thinking about somebody else. I reminded her she couldn't date Trey at the time because he was already dating Tasha, and we were still together at the time. And I asked her what Tasha would think about her wanting to be with Trey. She said they were just casually dating at the time and she wouldn't care now. I told her that's true, but Tasha would think less of her as a friend and she would be right. Mai said she didn't want to argue, she wanted to end this on good terms. After that she left with Mandy, who kept peeking her head in, and they drove back to God knows where. As much as I didn't want to agree with my wife, she was right. I would hate being married to her and knowing she'd rather be with another guy. She was very delusional, but I'd rather let her find out for herself. After that, living in the house by myself was even harder. I was definitely pissed off at this embarrassment. Is this what relationships are like now? Is it that easy to throw your marriage away like this? I honestly thought being married for 9 years would mean we didn't have to worry about these things. When Monday came, I called off work to meet with a lawyer and filed for divorce. Somebody said I could get alimony from my wife's nail salon, and he said if the kids want to live with me that's doable. My mom has been a big help with the kids, but I found out my mom spoiled my kids while they were with her and also told them that my wife was leaving the family to go live somewhere else. When my oldest asked me, all I could do was shake my head thanks to my mom. I have had to tell them and they didn't take it well. Even though my mom did that, it fell in my favor. After picking up my kids, we rolled past Trey's house and I showed my kids that's where their mom wants to live. I asked my kids did they want to live there with her. They both looked at the rickety house with a bunch of guys standing on the porch and said no. I asked were they sure, and my oldest said not for $1 million. I called my wife on my lunch break today and told her that I already filed for the divorce and she said okay. She said she wanted to come over and talk to the kids and I told her my mom was picking them up from school today because I had things to do. My wife said she really wanted to talk to them and I said when I get home she can come over and I'll ask my mom to bring them back after hanging out with her. She asked to just pick up the kids and I told her if she wants to see the kids so bad, go over to my mom's house and pick them up. But it won't be the smartest thing she did. Ma got upset and said I always hide behind my mom, and I told her if she wants to see the kids go over to my mom's house, that is if she's bold. Giving a frustrated sigh, she hung up clearly knowing how petty my mom can be. Since then I haven't heard from my wife. I sent her one last text saying all we need to talk about from here is about the divorce and sometimes our kids. Right now I'm only thinking about my daughters' lives. Just because my wife gave up on them that don't mean they're alone. I know for a fact Trey wouldn't plan on giving up his player life. I hope while she's busy taking a facial from him that she would think about that. It's not my problem anymore and like I said I'll let her worry about what might happen. I really want to thank everybody here for the amazing support. I was definitely scared to go down this road and it made me braver. I've stories about them catching their sewing lies like I did. Even worse, some catching them in the act which would have killed me. I'm definitely coming back from this bullshit one day. My wife was very flawed and it showed through her being extremely selfish. How could she break all her standards for him and force me to abide by them? It's a question I've been hearing from good men lately and it seems unfair. This is my last update and I want to thank you guys one more time. Some hoes are just for the streets. Sorry you are going through this. In case you don't already know, you can get a co-parenting app and communicate with your ex about the kids exclusively through the app. Get one that's approved by the county handling the divorce and custody, so anything on the app is admissible in court. That way if your ex tries to lie about you, make you out to be abusive to her or the kids, you have proof she's lying. If she lies to the kids about you, text her about it on the app, whatever she says is admissible. Make sure all communications about visitation are through the app. If she skips out on visitation often, and you, or your mom, take care of the kids most of the time, your ex has to pay you child support. Your attorney should know which apps is approved by the county. Good luck, cop. I don't know if it's just me living under a rock, but this is the first time I've heard of an app like that. What a great idea. She's gonna end up regretting her decision and I hope you're gonna have a really good laugh about it when that happens. Yep, definitely. She pretty much lost everything, her kids, her husband, all to be another side chick to be pumped and dumped by a bigger piece of trash than her. Don't ever take that woman back, bro, and I wish you and your kids all the best going forward. Yeah bro, exactly, he who laughs last, laughs best. She's gonna beg for you back when she realizes Trey is using her, so sad he makes her be a chauffeur. She's stigmatized but it wears off unless his next thing is getting her hooked on drugs. Do not let your girls be alone around him as well. Please be very careful, keep you kids safe. Please update us when she comes crawling back. We wanna hear when she realizes how badly she ducked up and how she's now nothing but damaged goods now. Why to take out the trash from your house and your life? You deserve better than that low down ducked up ex, and you are right, she let her standards go down low into the gutter. Gut feelings say that MTF is a womanizer and he'll not stop just with your wife. Mark my words, she'll live to regret it. Go through your divorce process, use a good lawyer. Sue both of them, Trey, and make them pay for cheating on you and ruining your marriage. Do yourself a favor, do not let them off easy after what they have put you through. All the best, Top. Thanks for the update. She doesn't deserve you, come out of this stronger and better. That's much better. Best of luck, bro. She's definitely gonna end up regretting this and maybe even getting her heart broken by Trey, especially if he ends up not even loving her. She just sounds like she's gonna be his lackey and she's always gonna have to deal with him and his friends. But anyway, when that happens, I hope you have a really great life, especially with someone else when she tries to come crawling back. I also wonder how long she has been unhappy that she just jumped and did this selfish thing. I guess it doesn't matter, but she should have talked to you about it if she was unhappy. Anyway, good luck to you, bro, you gonna come out even better after this. She's 100% gonna become his housewife and spend most of her time either cleaning his house or serving his friends. She'll regret this decision in a few months, and I hope Pop updates us when she comes crawling back begging to have her old life back. You need to start barricading your emotions, because it will blow up with Trey, and she will want back into the marriage. Stay the course, and focus on yourself so you can be the best dad for the kids. Fast track the divorce as much as you are able. Right now she is in the affair fog and will probably be easier to divorce than later when reality hits. Hang strong, brother. She is going through infatuation right now and is completely blinded by it. One day life will hit her hard and she will realize how much she ducked up and that she had the whole world with her for 9 years with you and your children and she threw it away. Hopefully that will be a huge ass lesson for her that will hopefully wake her up and change her. Either way, go through this divorce and take some space for yourself to process everything and move on for the moment. Maybe one day after life hits her ass with karma hard, maybe then reconciliation becomes a possibility. Until then, be safe and be strong, you got this. Goddamn, what a selfish woman, but don't worry man, people here are way more experienced, so you'll for sure gonna get the last laugh. Do hang in strong and move on with a better woman. Took you some time, but you did wise up. Kudos to your mum for setting your dumb ass straight. Now put in the work and live a good life for yourself and your kids. I wish you the very best. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.